Hi everybody, this is Ray at 8base and I'm here with Ruy Adorno. Thanks for sitting and having a chat with me. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, who you work for, what do you do?
Sure. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ruy Adorno. So I'm a software engineer working at Google.
Okay.
Currently working at Google Cloud inside this Cloud SDK world. We mainly take care of like open source libraries that are used to consume Google Cloud products. So that's pretty much what I'm doing at work. But I'm also a collaborator in the Node.js project.
Okay.
So that means like a core committer, right? Like some ecosystems name it differently. So I'm basically right now I'm also part of the release team in the Node project.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while and you've been a part of some pretty interesting and instrumental products as a developer. NPM and GitHub, and you really dug yourself deep into our industry, yeah, I would say. So you've come to ConFoo for quite some time too, right?
Yeah, it's actually my second time here.
No.
Yeah.
This is only your second time at ConFoo?
It's always been in my radar as a local to Montreal. Like it's always been on my radar, but no, first time was 2020.
Yeah.
Which was the last in-person edition before pandemic. So it's my second time actually.
This is your second time, and you how many talks have you given?
I gave just one.
Just one this year?
Yeah,
okay,
and it was very focused on Node.js.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So what's like your favorite part of ConFoo, would you say?
Oh, I really like the fact that it's like this gigantic multi-track, right, conference in our city, right? So it's great because you can stumble upon people from all different systems, right? Like, and sometimes there's a lot in common, right?
Yeah.
Just chatting like with some Python folks, and they kind of the same type of problems and dilemmas we have as a runtime, right? Manage the community, releases, everything. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun seeing all the different folks.
Yeah, the diversity of this conference, particularly with the tracks, it's really interesting being able to step outside of what you're doing and see a bit of everything that's going on all over the place.
Yeah.
Pivoting to low code. I know you don't have a lot of experience with low code, so when I say low code, what comes to mind? What do you think about?
Yeah, no. Explain me a little bit, because low code, nothing comes to mind.
So if I say low code or no code, I have no idea.
It's a very abstract concept. I have this impression I might know, but with a different name.
Okay, so what would you think? You said I have this impression. What's your impression?
That there is probably no or low code involved into doing something.
Right. Okay, so like a low code platform or a no code platform is typically a platform where a lot of the coding has been abstracted away.
Right.
So if you see like a product like 8base, we've abstracted away things like the data layer. So you don't have to involve yourself directly with standing up a database and working directly with the database to build tables and fields and that kind of stuff. Make sure that your redundancy is in place and it's production ready and scalable. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. 8base takes care of that as a low code platform.
Okay.
And then, for example, we build your GraphQL API for you. So as you're adding data into your data layer, we're automatically generating your GraphQL queries and mutations.
Right.
So you don't have to build your API layer.
Okay, I see.
Right? Now, the difference between no code and low code is no code is usually, you don't ever have to worry about code. Everything just happens. Low code platforms like 8base, what we want to do is we want to still give you the customizability as a developer to do the work you need to do, to solve the business problems you need to solve without getting in the way.
And it's only focused on databases, right?
No, so for us, we have the data layer, we have the API layer, and then we have a serverless function layer. So you can build serverless functions to extend your API. So your API isn't just limited to the normal CRUD operations of data. You can extend your API any way that your business case needs.
Right.
And then we also have the authentication authorization layer in place as well.
Okay.
So all of the data has role-based access control, and you can customize how users are able to access their specific data.
I see.
So that's all our back end. And then there's also front-end low code.
Right.
So we have an actual app builder where you go in and it's very much a drag and drop to place your components on your pages the way that you need to, and then when it deploys as a React app.
Right.
So that's like another example. And the difference between no code and low code on that is you have no code platforms like Bubble or Retool that allow you to just, everything is drag and drop and WYSIWYG, which is great for some use cases.
Right.
But as a developer, that gets really annoying because you end up hitting roadblocks, right, in terms of being able to do things. So with a low-code platform like 8base, we have that front end and we have that drag and drop, but you can also add JavaScript or custom CSS at any component that you want, at any point that you want.
Yes.
While we take away a lot of the more crappy work as a developer, like coding tags and working directly with creating your components, we still allow you to customize the way a developer needs to in order to solve their business problem. So that's what no code, low code is all about.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I see.
So when I say that, and let's say I gave you that elevator pitch of what low code is, and then tomorrow your director came to you and said, tomorrow we're using a low code platform for all of our developers. What goes through your head? Are you worried? Are you apprehensive? Are you excited? What goes through your mind?
I have really two thoughts that come to mind.
Okay.
So just to situate it a little bit more, I have over 16 years of experience. So I started a long time ago, but I actually graduated as a graphic designer.
Okay.
At university. And then I naturally evolved as a programmer in the industry, right? Already working and started. And the tool that brought me into programming was Adobe Flash.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't even Adobe back then. It was
right.
So anyways, so I definitely see a tremendous value into pulling people that are gravitating around programming, right? But that are not necessarily programmers yet, might want to jump into a transition or something. I see a value there, but also as an experienced developer, I can also see like the different kind of tasks that are better in a GUI platform versus, because I'm also, another disclaimer situated, I'm a heavy terminal command line user. I use Vim, I'm living in terminal. And certain types of tasks are great if you're just like typing everything and everything. And some others, like, especially tasks you're not used with, like that one-off thing you have to set up maybe once every 3 months. That's great to have a GUI, to have some guidance. So I see, like, I personally see like the value from my point of view, right? Like in these two pillars, right?
For sure. That's one of the things that we try to do is, when you're a developer and you're starting a new project, you're really excited, but you want to get to the good stuff, right? And there's a lot of housekeeping in the way. There's a lot of figure out where your database is going to go, stand your database up, set up the redundancy, make sure, like, figure all the housekeeping stuff out. And that's one of the things we try to get rid of, is don't worry about the housekeeping stuff. We got a handle on all that. Just get to the fun. Get your data, like your schema set up, and then start coding the way that you need. Because even the stuff where you're coding, but it's still like crappy housekeeping. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're like setting up your own API, right? If you're doing it in Node, you still have to set up Express, make sure that you got your cookies handled, your sessions handled, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you have your backend storage on that. And that's what low code tries to do, is take away that crap stuff and let you have fun as a developer again.
Awesome.
Anyways, thanks for sitting and chatting with me. Is there anything that you wanted to tell the audience about?
Yeah, we're telling maybe just plug the small pet project just for fun. So I have this small pet project. It's IPT, like you can find it on NPM, npm.im/, that's a nice shortcut for NPM packages, /IPT, like it's a small pet project, basically like if you're working the terminal, it takes a list of any blob of output. Let's say like you're just listing all the files in this folder. So you get that list, you pipe into the IPT command line, and it gives you a nice interactive menu to select one item, right? And that one item you can do something with.
Oh, interesting. So instead of just doing like an LS, IPT gives you function behind, because nobody looks at their files and is done. They're looking at the files because they want to do something.
Precisely, yeah. So the idea is that people, like, the developers can create their own like workflow, right? There's something that you'll definitely want to list first, right? Let's say you want a list of all the Git branches in your repo right now. So you can automate all that, right? Small scripts that like plug all the things together so that IPT provides the interactive interface in the middle.
That's really cool. That's really awesome. Check it out. npm.im/IPT, right?
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for having a chat.